Welcome back to the Black Bastard Video Podcast. It's your host, Max Road, the video hunting shark, rewinding those tapes, checking out those trailers, and getting rid of any videos we no longer want nor need. I got a stack of, not blinks, but home recordings. Not home recordings in the sense I'm recording videos of my family. But home recordings as recorded off of television. I have a gang of these. MST. 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 What's it stand for? What does it stand for? Huh? What does MST stand for? Give it some thought. I'll give you a moment or two. Mystery Science Theater. So, I gotta thank this guy. Who could this guy be? I don't know. In my mind, you know who the person is who recorded Mystery Science Theater? In my make-believe brain? It's the person who is the host of Mystery Science Theater. Anytime I envision what the person looks like who made these home recordings, I just think it's the Mystery Science Theater guy, host, whatever his name is. All right, so what are we going to do on the podcast today other than when I say rewind those tapes, check out those trailers, and get rid of videos we know everyone need? I don't know. This feels like the first day of the dark nights. It's September 17th. This is the first time I'm wearing this sweater in a long time. I'm pausing for a minute because I love the summertime, man. It's my favorite time of year. Really, my favorite time of the year. Yeah, it's summer, but I kid you not. My favorite time of year is post holidays. Like the last holiday, which in my eyes, in my mind, is St. Patty's Day. And yeah, that's a long ways away. When St. Patty's Day ends, you're looking forward to the next holiday, which is a stoner's holiday, 420. On to Cinco de Mayo, on to 4th of July. And I always, also with 4th of July, once 7/4 hits, that's when summer starts to end. The beginning of the end. I'm born April 30th. So that probably has something to do with as to why I really enjoy spring into summertime. But like I said, more so summer. For me, like for many of us actually, like right now is a time where you're in preparation of possibly getting extremely sick. I don't believe I got sick this summer. It used to be like this. I would get sick at the start of the summer and I would get sick at the start of winter. That likely had to do with my diet though. I've been eating a lot better in these later years, so I don't really get sick any longer. but I also don't take chances, which is pretty sad because it's like I'm winding down. I don't venture out anymore. For the most part, I don't. Last night after work, I worked downtown San Francisco, and usually, man, I head down to the Montgomery. I used to go to Powell Street location. I used to go to Powell Street, but things are so unnerving in that area, and there's been multiple shootings in the last couple months that has me like, hey, let's head over to Montgomery Station, which is, Montgomery Station has a strange vibe, man. It's like alternate world BART station. Every BART station has its own personality. There isn't one BART station that's the same as the other. They're, unless maybe like the new BART stations, but the old ones, they all have a different vibe. And Embarcadero is not like Montgomery. Montgomery is not like Powell. Powell is not like Civic, so on and so forth. We get to Montgomery Station, it's just like, the best way I can describe it is dark. It's dark, but in a very comforting way. From my experience, it just seems like people behave themselves there. But Powell Street and Civic Center, those are twin brothers and sisters right there. Not the same, they're different, but they have a lot in common. But anyway, I ventured off the beaten path, and rather than going to the BART station, I actually took a walk into North Beach in hopes. I didn't even think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday, and I didn't even think that Basterd's, my Philly cheesesteak spot, would be closed. It's kind of weird. Look, I don't have a car right now, so I used to head over there after work in my vehicle. I get my Philly cheesesteak, my North Beach special, with some garlic fries, and I'd head down and sit across the street from Cobb's Comedy Club and watch patrons go in while I eat my sandwich and fries and Sunkist soda, which I don't drink a lot of soda, only on special occasions. That was my combo. And with a full stomach, I could just, lazily drive back home. But now that I don't have a car, it was like in my mind, yeah, you can get your Philly cheesesteak and go eat in the park in the dark. But then you gotta walk back to Montgomery Station. And, which might be good, because you're burning off this all the calories you just put in your system. But I immediately was longing for the days in which I had a car and was able to just basically head straight home and plop in bed. Now things take effort. So yeah, the Philly cheesesteak spot was closed. So rather than heading back to Black Basterd Video, the Black Basterd Video number 1, I headed to Black Basterd Video number 2, which is Mom's house, and made breakfast that night. Because that's all that was available. Anyway.
It's chilly outdoors, but inside. For generations, frosty mornings have seemed warmer with stacks of
Aunt Jemima buckwheats.
Right, Aunt Jemima buckwheats, deep golden brown with a tantalizing buckwheat tang. It's the same today. Men still need a hearty, nourishing breakfast.
And men love Aunt Jemima buckwheats.
No buckwheats can equal that famous Aunt Jemima flavor.
And they're so easy, easy, easy.
Just Just pour out Aunt Jemima buckwheat mix from the yellow box. Then add milk. Serve with crisp brown pork sausage or with ham or bacon. Lots of lucky men can have Aunt Jemima buckwheats tomorrow if they only ask for them.
Men, ask for Aunt Jemima buckwheat pancakes. Mmm, they're good.
U-Ban. Deep, dark, delicious. Luxury in a cup.
If there's one place I want a little luxury, it's in my coffee. So I pay a bit more for U-Ban.
U-Ban. Deep, dark, delicious. Luxury in a cup. U-Ban coffee.
I'm kind of bringing this up because it's cozy time, and you can't fight it. You try to fight it, you look like a damn fool. Like, I'm sure there's people at the beach right now, right? There's someone at the beach exercising, fishing, but the beachgoers, like the real beachgoers, these ones right here, oh, this guy right here in particular, they're not there. And if you try to behave like it's summertime in fall, you look ridiculous. You have to steer into the cozy and not run away, because there's nothing out there. The party's over. The party's over, and it's time to wear ugly sweaters. But you can still hold on. You don't have to feed your face full of this garbage, this end of the year garbage. You don't have to stare into this. I haven't had one piece of candy. Okay, I went out to see Beetlejuice. And this was my meal. Stopped over at 7-Eleven, got a hot dog. Stuffed it in my jacket. I got a king-size Twix, cookies and cream. At this point, I hadn't had any candy for months. No chips, no sodas, no cookies, no donuts, no pies, no cakes. No chips, no soda, no fries, no shakes. Also, I had a vitamin water, citrus, and movie popcorn. It was, in recent years, it was the absolutely top 5 greatest movie moments. In Daly City, if you're familiar with Daly City, it's near the beach. So you're going to get a combination of the inland heat with the coldness of the ocean, creating fog town. It's not like that every day. You know, people have a misconception that Daly City is always foggy. It's not. Especially with global warming, it definitely isn't. But when it is foggy, it's for it. If you like this vibe, it's actually very comforting. The fog is ominous, foreboding. You feel like you're in an episode of Dark Shadows, especially after 9 o'clock. My movie was at 10. And I always like waiting to see a movie the following week after its premiere, because I looked at tickets on the premiere week and the theater was packed in. Me personally, I don't want to watch a movie with a bunch of people. I want the latest show on the lamest day. I want a Wednesday show or a Tuesday show. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Closer to midnight, but not at 11 or 10:45. I don't want to be getting out of theater at 12:45, 1 o'clock. But yeah, it was a very foggy night on the way to go see Beetlejuice. Snacks stuffed away. And yeah, it was a vibe. It was a good vibe. But I bring that up because that was the last time that I had a piece of candy. And of course, you know, if you're going into the office right now, if you're one of the few that actually still go to the office, there's a bowl of candy somewhere. Like it just pops up. You're like, why? Who did this? Who's doing this? Who's bringing candy? Stop. Don't do this. We don't have to eat like this. But it almost seems like it's un-American to not partake in the holidays. To just say, I'm good. No, I'm good. You guys, I've always disliked someone who says, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Halloween. I don't care about Thanksgiving. What are you going to do? I don't wait for this day to be over. Like, just skipping over holidays. That was always weird to me. But I also understand. Can you psych the holidays out? You know? Can Halloween just be another day? Can you see the candy and not eat it? Last Halloween, I went to go see Trick or Treat. They replayed it in theaters. I had an okay time, but the movie looked dated. It really looked dated. It looked like a modern day movie, but dated. It was just something about it that I used to really think this was the bee's knees. I was like, it's very hokey. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it at home. I'm saying I felt like to go to the theaters and see this modern day classic was kind of a waste. But I likely wasn't smoking any weed at the time. Last year was a bad year, man. Not to bring you guys down, but last year was a bad year. I had to face a lot of my demons head on. There was no escaping last year.
When it comes to Cracker Jack,
Some kids never grow up.
Hi. Come on and meet my pal, Clark Kent, the star of Superman.
You know, there's something mighty interesting going on around my town. Every place I go, I see that favorite new cereal of mine, Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. Look.
You just can't be Superman, and that's all there is to it. Why not? Well, for one thing, you're a girl.
And that's not much of a reason.
Well, I know something you can do that Superman will sure like.
What?
You can add some more Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. Superman says they're the best.
I like them the best, too.
Hey, I know. Since you like Sugar Frosted Flakes, you can be Supergirl.
You see, kids may argue, but never about Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. This is the new cereal kids all agree is the best tasting cereal ever. Tony, tell the folks how Frosted Flakes taste.
Great!
New Flakes, Frosted Flakes, Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes.
I was heartless. At times soulless. Detached. I'm almost positive if I did tell someone, you know, Happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas, it was hollow. My head was held down. Held down? Do you hold your head? Yeah, my head was held down. My head was not held up. My head was held down last year. But yeah, this is that time of year where, you know, the best way I can describe, especially last year, me, I'm on the other side. I am on the other side. But last year was like a trail on Never Ending Story, where you had to face the Oracle, right? Not the one with the big boobs. I mean, all four of them had big boobs, but not the first one, that was golden, but the second one, where he has to look into his soul. He has to look into the mirror and see himself. And that was last year. And for some might be going through it this year. There's no more running. Like that. I think that's what definitely this time of year ushers facing what you've done. There's no running. There's no parties to go to. Yeah, of course there's holiday parties, but I'm talking about like the summertime popping parties. That's done. And if you're still at the party right now, it's likely darkness. You know what's always been the most depressing thing? Is a bar around Christmas time or on Christmas. I don't know. It just seems like you're pushing that button that's on this thing called happiness. Like taking a swig, drinking with your friends, and letting your problems dissolve. But more times than not, you're actually exacerbating and compounding your problems. But since it's the end of the year, you really don't know how to solve your problems. All you're seeing is your problems bleed over into the next year. You don't really have an answer. So you just say, F it, let's go out and drink. Let's go out and party. And once that addiction sets in, that addiction to fun, not addiction to alcohol, that addiction to fun, that addiction to feeling like you have a place in this world. Once that sets in, It's hard to unhook the talons from your back. They've dug in. Yeah, these are the thoughts of a former weekend warrior, former weekday warrior. My spirit has calmed down tremendously. I've accomplished some things that I never thought not that I didn't think I could, because I didn't think about it, for one. One of the major things I accomplished in the past 2.5 years was my skateboard abilities. Now, I'm not performing any tricks, but I have nutted up and skated down hills. I have a metal plate and 14 screws in my left knee, and I still took the risk on re-injuring myself. At times I would aggravate my knee. Yesterday I destroyed the skateboard. And I felt in that moment I grew. I got away, almost it feels like I got away with murder. I got away, like I cheated death. And if I kept pushing it to the limits, I was gonna die. So I wisely got rid of it and moved on. Back at Black Basterd Video, I had posters on my wall that you guys couldn't see. I tore those posters down. And I've done this in the past. I've had so many cool posters. I tore those posters down to have a mental breakthrough. Like, this is a bullet point in my life where I can track where I was and how I moved into a new direction, or kept on the same direction, but anything that was going to bog me down mentally, I got rid of. Anyway, whether you guys can follow me on what I'm saying or not, you know, hey, I ain't no poet. I said I ain't no poet. This is just that time of year of, you know, you can reflect, you can live in the past, or you can march forward into the future. You know, but there's no sense in wallowing in the mire. The past is the past, and the present is happening right now. And we ain't all gonna make it. Know that. We are not all going to make it through these holidays. It really is a trip to know that there are some people out there really going to be hurting. There are some people that get really sad around this time of year. I've been there maybe a solid 3 times in my life. And then, like I said, a solid 3 times in my life, right? I've had 3 solid Christmases, holiday seasons where I was hurt. And then the following year, I'm still dealing with the trauma from that previous year when the holidays would come up. Though I'm no longer going through that pain, just the smell of the air, the Christmas in the air of the atmosphere, the sounds of the holiday would trigger those emotions. But thankfully, I don't have much trauma. Like I said, I was going through some things last year, but truthfully, I think I was just dealing with a trauma from the previous year. So thankfully, I persevered. After the holidays, I persevered and marched on and got up and succeeded. So I can sit back. If I wanted to, I don't drink, but I can have some eggnog with some E&J in it. I don't do that. I don't drink. I can smoke a pipe with some wacky tobacco in it. I don't smoke anymore, but my conscience will be free this year. There's no pain this year.
Hey, let's take a minute and meet my buddy, Clark Kent, the star of Superman.
You know, wherever you go, you find kids digging into Kellogg's great new cereal, Frosted Flakes. Listen.
What does it say? Great! It is, too. Sure, let's open that box now. Gosh, if we open it now, we won't have any left for breakfast. Oh, we're not going to eat the whole box now. Are you kidding? Besides, that's what Frosted Flakes are for, eating. Superman's got the right idea, hasn't he? When he says they're best, he's right. Boy, just see the look on my sister's face when she sees I open the box first. Frosted Flakes are sure good, huh? Sure are.
See what I mean? Just as the boys said, Frosted Flakes are sure good. Try a box right away. And if you want to find out just how good Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes are, why, ask Tony. Tell him, Tony.
Great!
New Flakes, Frosted Flakes, Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes.
It's all new. The creature walks among us, more terrifying in human form. Striking at the heart of the city with inhuman fury. The creature walks among us. Horror unleashed by the daring of man and a dangerous experiment of science.
I have burned away the outer scale. There's a structure of human skin underneath it.
The creature walks among us. The grimmest cargo ever brought to civilization. Now a monster made even more frightful by human emotion. Bus Merle Oberon, Lex Barker in The Price of Fear. Two great thrill pictures on one program.
You know, a lot of the pain that we deal with, I believe, is we're constantly trying to get back to those successful moments in our life. You met some girl, you guys hit it off, you guys had a great year, and then the following year is the sequel. And the sequel is never as good as part one, for the most part. And that's what's really tearing you apart. That you don't think you're ever going to get back to that euphoric feeling again with anyone. You had that one moment in time, you keep reliving the good times. Rather than having faith that more good times are to come. You're living in the past, man. All right, so like I said, we're definitely trying not to. We don't want no more new traumas. We don't know no more new dramas. So what does that mean? You're just gonna hide out inside? Yeah, I'm gonna hide from the world, man. Because the world is dangerous. Me just going off the beaten path last night was dangerous. It was absolutely dangerous. But destiny is MF'er. So I'm on this bus, right, last night. It's dark, okay? The bus driver pulls up to the bus stop, which is at a stop sign as well. So bus stop, stop sign. The bus starts to take off. You hear some guy on the street, yo. The bus driver keeps going. I go, yo, hey, somebody's trying to get on. The bus driver stopped the bus. The guy was able to get on. I told dude hopped on the bus. He's like, thanks, bus driver, I appreciate it. I said, man, don't thank him. Thank me. Thank me. He didn't hear you. I told him you were out there. If I wasn't on that bus last night, that guy would have been at that exact same spot, and that bus would have kept on going. So in a positive way, I changed the course of history last night because I didn't go from work to home. I ventured out into the world. And it was because I don't go out much anymore. I don't. But last night it felt like it really did feel like the start of the holidays. It really did. There was these 4 guys, older guys, probably my age. They were walking up the street and they're just you can tell they're just best friends. They just came from a bar likely. They were all just like ripping on one another. It was a motley crew. Like 3 white guys or whatever they identify as and 1 black guy. And they were just very best of friends. Just having a good time. And their conversation, that whatever they were talking about, I just smiled, like, because it reminded me of the years that I used to go out with people that I was close with at the time. And I think that's what helped me just deviate off the path, rather than just going straight to the bar station of venturing to North Beach. Anyway, let's get back to the topics at hand. Right now behind us, we're watching Gumby. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I really don't have any takes. Like I said, I'm kind of, I'm trying to avoid getting sick. And that means I can't really venture out into the world. It's cold outside, okay? I don't want to get sick. I gotta go to work. I can't have a fever at work. Man hate. Woman love. Brute force.
Here, behind the grim walls and bristling battlements of Westgate Penitentiary, live the men of our story. You would call it a prison, but to those who know, it is one big human bomb ready to explode. Here are the conflicts and hates, the desires and dreams of men who chose to live by brute force and now are chained by it. Burt Lancaster, star of The Killers, ruthless ruler of the mob inside.
Nothing's okay. Never was and it never will be. Not till we're out. You get that? Out.
Hume Cronin, a rat in uniform.
I'm the only one who can help you.
Captain, I'm a cheap thief. I know I'm a failure, but I'm not an informer.
Charles Bickford, trusted, but not too far.
That's right, Captain. Like the book says, we always get what's coming to us. All of us.
And the women on the outside. Yvonne DiCarlo.
Promise me you won't come here again. If the police should find you.
Anne Blythe.
Every time you walk out that door, I'm afraid you're never coming back.
Ella Raines.
All my life, the one thing I really wanted was a fur coat.
Anita Colby. Brute Force. The stark, savage, searing drama of killers behind bars, fighting to get out to the women they can't be sure are waiting.